the dynasty of Puru. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Shaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jyomadire Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavataruttam Shloke Bhaktar Bhagavati Nashtaki Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bhangum Lange De Guru Yat Kurvada Muhammade Paramananda Madhavam Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanya Nisharam Omajnana Dividandasya Jnananjana Shalabhya Chakshulum Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaham Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthavidam Yena Bhudale Swayam Rupavadamakim Dadanti Sapadandiyam Vandeham Sri Gurum Sri Udapadagamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Gurumam Sagarjadam Sakhani Raghunatham Nam Sajivam Sadvedam Savadudam Marjan Jagadam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Vadan Sagadalada Sri Vishakhanidam Sham He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagalpate Gopesha Gopika Ganda Radha Ganda Namastude Dabdaganjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavane Vishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarupya Chakrava Sundubhe Vajrapatitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhudale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swaminidhi Namine Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vachabdi Desha Karune Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare
That's
Krishna.
not Srimad Prabhu.
Welcome,
Srimad Prabhu, I will
Krishna.
read the description, Prabhu. I will read. I may have to go at any time.
Okay, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Pranams. Thank you. Pranams. Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chapter 20 of 9th Canto. Canto's name, Liberation. Chapter name, the Dynasty of Puru. Maharaj ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. And Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Assembled devotees ki jai. This chapter describes the history of Puru and his descendant Dushmanta. The son of Puru was Janamejaya and his son was Prajinvan. The sons and grandsons in the line of Prajinvan, one after another, were Pravira, Manusyu, Charupada, Sudhyu, Bahugava, Samyati, Ahamyadi, and Raudrasha. Raudrasha had 10 sons. Riteyu, Kaksheyu, Standileyu, Krideyuka, Jaleyu, Sannadeyu, Dharmeyu, Satyeyu, Vrateyu, and Vaneyu. The son of Riteyu was Rentinava, who had 3 sons, Sumati, Dhruva, and Apradhirata. The son of Apradhirata was Kanva, and Kanva's son was Medhatithi. The sons of Medhatithi, headed by Praskanna, were all Brahmanas. The son of Rentinava, named Sumati, had a son named Rebhi, and his son was Dushmanta. While hunting in the forest, Dushmanta once approached the ashram of Maharshi Kanva, where he saw an extremely beautiful woman and became attracted to her. That woman was the daughter of Vishwamitra, and her name was Shakuntala. Her mother was Menaka, who had left her in the forest, where Kandamuni found her. Kandamuni brought her to his ashrama, where he raised and maintained her. When Sakuntala accepted Maharaja Dushmanda as her husband, he married her according to the Gandharva Vidhi. Sakuntala later became pregnant by her husband, who left her in the ashrama of Kanna Muni and returned to his kingdom. In due course of time, Sakuntala gave birth to a Vaishnava son, but Dushmanda, having returned to the capital, forgot what had taken place. Therefore, when Sakuntala approached him with her newly born child, Maharaja Dushmanda refused to accept them as his wife and son. Later, however, after a mysterious omen, the king accepted them. After Maharaja Dushmanda's death, Bharata, the son of Sakuntala, was enthroned. He performed many great sacrifices in which he gave great riches in charity to the Brahmanas. This chapter ends by describing the birth of Bharadwaja and how Maharaja Bharata accepted Bharadwaja as his son. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mother Guruji. Krishna, Shri Guruji.
Yes, Prabhuji. I think we'll read the first verse, then we'll discuss. Prabhu.
Okay. So,
Srimad Prabhuji, please read. Yeah, Srimad Prabhuji, please read.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry. Verse number Canto 9, chapter 20, verse number 1. Sri Badarayanuruvacha Purorvamsham Pravashyami Yatra Jado Asi Bharata Yatra Rajarshayo Vamshya Brahma Vamshya Cha Janjire. Sri Badarayanuruvacha Purorvamsham Pravakshyami Yatra Jado Asi Bharata Yatra Rajarshayo Vamshya Brahma Vamshya Cha Janjire. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhecharanadavinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Shukdev Goswami said, O Maharaja Parishit, descendant of Maharaja Bharata, I shall now describe the dynasty of Puru, in which you were born, in which many saintly kings appeared, and from which many dynasties of Brahmanas began. Translation also. Shukdev Goswami said, O Maharaja Parishit, descendant of Maharaja Bharata, I shall now describe the dynasty of Puru, in which you were born, in which many saintly kings appeared, from which many dynasties of Brahmanas began. Purport. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There are many historical instances by which we can understand that from Kshatriyas, many Brahmanas have been born, and that from Brahmanas, many Kshatriyas have been born. The Lord himself says in Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Chadurvanyam Maya Srishtam Gunadharma Vibhagasa. According to the three modes of material nature and the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human society were created by me. Therefore, regardless of the family in which one takes birth, when one is qualified with the symptoms of a particular section, he is to be described accordingly. Lakshanam Proktam. One's place in the Varna divisions of society is determined according to one's symptoms or qualities. This is maintained everywhere in the Shastra. Birth is a secondary consideration. The first consideration is one's qualities and activities. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
So we are beginning a wonderful chapter, the Dynasty of Puru. So already Prabhupada has given a very brief introduction about the whole chapter. Here, the complete lineage of this Puru dynasty is given. So many personalities' names are mentioned in the introduction. Just now we read, and here Sukadeva Goswami is mentioning the first verse about how about the lineage of Parikshit Maharaj himself. Parikshit Maharaj is coming in the lineage of the dynasty of Puru. So that's a very significance because of Maharaj Parikshit only we got Srimad Bhagavatam, so glorious. And Sukadeva Goswami is saying that I will describe your lineage, your ancestors, the descendant of Maharaj Bharata. So here we can see in the verse translation itself is very clearly mentioned, the dynasty of Puru in which you were born, refers to Parikshit Maharaj, in which many saintly kings, Raja Rishi, always, even Bhagavad also Krishna says Raja Rishis. Raja Rishis means saintly kings. Saintly kings means they rule the kingdom according to the Shastra and they are devoted to the Supreme Lord. That's why they are called as saintly kings. And from which many dynasties of Brahmanas began. So even though the saintly kings are Kshatriyas, in their lineage there were a lot of Brahmanas began. So there may be a query how from Kshatriyas the Brahmanas can come. So that Prabhupada is giving the purport, the understanding. So there are many historical instances by which we can understand that from Kshatriyas, many Brahmanas have been born. And from the Brahmanas, many Kshatriyas have been born. So it is not that one Prabhupada reiterates again and again because there is a confusion among the Sanatana Dharma that the caste system is very rigid and it has been criticized by many people. So for that instance, to make it clear, Prabhupada reiterates the fact that the Vedic system was different. The current system may be a little perverted. Everybody identifies with the birth. But the Vedic system actually, it is not by birth. So Prabhupada quotes a famous verse from Bhagavad Gita where Krishna himself says that Chatur Varnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashya. That 4 Varnam, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, it is Maya Srishtam. It is my creation, Maya Srishtam. But based on what I have created these 4 Varnas, based on the Guna Karma, based on the nature of the person and also based on the activities of the person. So this is there. Though where the verse there is based on the Janma Karma Vibhasha, like that not written. So Guna Karma means we have to understand that it is based on the activities and the nature of the person. So according to the 3 modes of material nature, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna, and the work ascribed to them, the 4 divisions of human society were created by me. So we know that the detailed 3 modes of material nature, which is explained very detailed in 14th chapter and 17th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So all the different people with the different nature, why they are acting like that, why they are thinking like that, why a person is behaving like that, this is all because of the influence of 3 modes of material nature, which Krishna very detailed explains in chapter number 14 and chapter number 17. So everything, whatever the food we take, the type of dress we wear, the time we wake up, and the inclination we have, it's all based influence due to the material nature. And this nature is part of this material nature will influence the mind, and the mind will influence according to our activities through the body. Therefore, regardless of the family in which one takes birth, when one is qualified with the symptoms of a particular section, he is to be described accordingly. So, here the important point is, regardless of the family in which one takes birth, a person may be taken birth in a Brahmana family, Kshatriya, or Vaishya, or Shudra. But when one is qualified with the symptoms of a particular section, suppose a Kshatriya, a person, is having qualities of Brahmana, then he is to be described accordingly. So the reference is given, El Lakshanam Proktam. One's place in the Varna divisions of society is determined according to one's symptoms or qualities. This is maintained everywhere in the Shastra. So we even the previous weeks when we read many places where the slokas Prabhupada has referred, where it very clearly says that one's Varna is determined by his qualities. So this is maintained everywhere in the Shastra. Birth is only a secondary consideration. The first consideration is one's qualities and activities. So very, very important thing that we should know. We are already convinced, there is no doubt for us, but there are people, common people, whenever, even if you preach Krishna consciousness, the first thing they will ask, even when Prabhupada was preaching Krishna consciousness, the Prabhupada also was challenged. They will ask, common people will ask, oh, Swamiji, you are trying to bring back the old caste system again? When Prabhupada was spreading Krishna consciousness, one reporter asked Prabhupada, Swamiji, are you trying to revive back the old caste system in India? You want to establish throughout the world? Prabhupada became very angry. Like he said, no. Where did you see, where it is written that the caste system was there? Or where is a verse supporting that everything is based on birth? There is not one single verse. So that confusion is always there because it has been preached wrongly or understood wrongly throughout the centuries. So people have this strong opinion. When you say Sanatan Dharma, people have mainly two things. One is the caste system. Second is we worship so many gods, including tree, rivers, everything. So these two things, people don't have clarity. And even in our own religion, and also the people who are from the other religion, they also don't understand. They are getting confused. Why these people are worshipping so many gods? And why they are actually having emphasis on the Varna system. But both things are clarified in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, that Varna is based on one's nature and activities. So that is clear, that we should be able to explain if somebody will ask, and we should be able to quote the verses like Prabhupada is quoting here, Bhagavad Gita 4.13, Chaturvarna Maya system. Second thing is, we don't worship many gods. We are worshipping only one God. According to Bhagavad Gita, there is only one Supreme Lord. So Krishna is saying very clearly, and all others are devatas. They are administrative in charge for the running the material universe. So there is like one prime minister and there are many chief ministers like that. There is only one Supreme Lord, but all are other devatas who are administrating the material. So we should be able to explain so that, people who are in Sattva-guna, they will be able to understand, get clarification. Of course, there are people who in Rajoguna, Tamoguna. When you explain, they will argue back with you. They will argue, no, where is the example of Shudra, where he has changed? What about Shudra? So then they will talk about Chandala. So there are people, even after explaining, they will not accept. When you give reasonable explanation, there are people who will accept, and there are people who will still continue arguing. So we should be able to differentiate what kind of person we are talking to. Is he in Sattva-guna? Is he in Rajoguna or Tamoguna? So if somebody is very much blindly, opposing without understanding things, better not to continue the discussion, because it will hurt him, as well as it will make your mood also spoiled. So whenever even preaching or explaining things, we should know to whom we are talking. So there is like no point if you just argue with a person who is not ready, willing to accept or willing to understand. So that is wasting both of that time. Even when the Prabhupada says we are going to a spiritual master, we should have that humility mood to accept him. If you just go to a spiritual master in a challenging mood, there is no point to go to a spiritual master. Prabhupada says you are wasting your time and you are wasting my time. So like that, even though the scriptures are very clear in this explanation of this system, the Chaturvarnam system, we should be very careful when we are explaining to people who are ready to understand and accept. We can explain them in detail, referring all the verses. But those who are adamant and who are argumentative, better to avoid them. It's up to their this thing. So that is one important point we should understand. And here we can see the modes, how they are working. The modes are very strong. It is said that when we die, the mind goes to the next body. Okay, so whatever we have in this body, this mind, whatever mental composition, it will be carried to the next life. As Krishna is telling, if you think about me, you will come to me. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajintante kalevaram. So one interesting point here is there are many research done in the reincarnation, and the research scientists who have done this research, they have found out that one person, suppose in this life he don't like rasam, for example, food item. But this is actually a research article. I read that research article. In the next life also, he will not like that rasam, because this same mind is going to the next body also. That's why you can see people sometimes they don't like certain kind of foods. So whatever we likes and don't like in this life, it will be carried forward to the next life also. But of course, with association, little bit changes can be there. But most of the qualities, no. That's why our mind should be pure. When our mind is pure, it becomes very favorable for us to continue, even if you don't go back to home, back to Godhead. Next life, you will continue again spiritual life. So we can see many people, sometimes young children, teenager boys, they are very much serious. Like we heard His Grace Gauranga Darshan Prabhu. I just heard his life, this one, how he came to Krishna consciousness. From Prabhuji's father itself used to be very spiritual. Spiritual means he used to read Bhagavad Gita, and Prabhuji studied in school where they will recite Bhagavad Gita. So from childhood, Prabhuji was actually very much inclined in learning slokas and spiritual, because the whole atmosphere was spiritual. But Prabhuji was saying that when he went to college, it was a different city. There it was full material association, cinema, songs, drama. So Prabhuji is saying it was very difficult for him. No, he also a little bit got like distracted. So much things was out of sync there. Then later, when he again met devotees, then immediately the fire came back. When he met devotees, then again he started associating with them in the masters. The bachelor, he was like different kind of setup, all materialistic association. So our association will actually have a great influence on us. The place where we are living, with the people we are associating. So that is having a great influence. But of course, whatever we carried from our previous birth, at the right time, it will catch the spark. So when Prabhuji went to the masters, there he got Krishna Conscious ISKCON Devotees Association, the seniors. So when Prabhuji started, associating with them, then he got more clarity and he started engaging more and more with the guidance of the devotees. Then he started enrolling in some courses, the Brahmachari course, many courses like that. So he was explaining like his journey in Krishna consciousness. So whatever we are now, that will come. See, otherwise, at that age, how people can take Krishna consciousness so seriously, especially in teenage. We see the teenage boys, they are not very much averse to spiritual things. Maybe people, once they go to the job, then they know this life is this much, then they try to come to spiritual life. But when young age, everything looks colorful, and there is so much, the hormonal push is there within the body. How people are able to take spiritual life so seriously? It is because it is carried forward from the previous life. Sometimes not only teenage, you can see children also. Sometimes 7 years, 8 years, you can see they are so serious than the adults. So whatever we are practicing now, whatever we are hearing now, it will all purify our mind. And this mind will come to us in the next birth also. And it will help us to progress further. But Prabhupada always says you should not leave this to chance to the next life. You have to finish the business in this one lifetime and go back to Krishna. Don't take another risk or don't take another chance, because we don't know what will happen. But of course, Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita that if whatever you will follow, then accordingly you will resume from your next life. So that is how these people have been formed. Like even somebody taking birth in Brahmana family, it is because if he has cultivated spiritual life more, then automatically he is taking birth in a Brahmana family or in a very rich family, where he can continue easily, where the situation is very favorable for him to progress. Somebody practices for a long time, then he falls down, then Krishna says he will take a birth in a Brahmana family. Somebody for a short time, then he takes birth in a opulent family. So our whatever spiritual life we are continuing now, it is we are resuming from our past birth. And this is a very good opportunity for us that we can make it very serious practices and we can try to achieve our goal in this one lifetime. That's what Prabhupada recommends. Don't take for another chance. So these two things we have understood here. One is about the mode of material nature and how these things are carried to the next birth also. Second thing is whatever this varnam, it is based on, not based on the birth. Throughout the Shastra, it is very clear that it is based on one's quality and one's activities. And in Shastra also we see that there are many people who are coming from a Kshatriya background, then their lineage continues as a Brahmana, and sometimes the Brahmana lineage, they change it to Kshatriyas based on the qualities. So that is the understanding. Now further, I think there will be no translation, no purport, because now we are going to see only the dynasties, like the lineage, all like children, name and everything. So we can continue reading up to the place where we will have the purport. Hare Krishna.
Hare
I
Krishna,
think verse
Prabhu. Thank you.
12. Yes, Prabhu, you want to add something, Prabhu?
No, nothing, Prabhu. It's only
Yeah.
not based on birth.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I think verse number
Hare
12
Krishna.
having some purport, so we can go up to verse number 12.
Yes. Okay. Hare Krishna. I will read the second one. Hare Krishna. Anybody want to read? Or shall I read? May I read? And 22. Hare Krishna. Srimad Prabhu?
You can read, Prabhu.
Okay, okay. Because I am finishing my reading first because I may have to go at any time. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 20, text number 2. Janame jayo hi abhut puro prajinvams tat sudas tadaha praviro ada manusyurvai tasmat charupado abhavat. Translation by His Divine Grace, Abhijatna Aravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. King Janamejaya was born of this dynasty of Puru. Janamejaya's son was Prajinvan, and his son was Pravira. Thereafter, Pravira's son was Manusyu, and from Manusyu came the son named Charupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Next volunteer, please.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, Mataji.
Prabhuji, വായിച്ചോളൂ.
No, continue. After that,
9.20.3. Thank you, Prabhuji. Tasya sudhyurabhyut putras tasmat bahogavastataha samyadistasya hamyati raudraswastatsutasmradaha. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhijatna Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The son of Charupada was Sudhyu, and the son of Sudhyu was Bahugava. Bahugava's son was Samyati. From Samyati came a son named Ahamyati, from whom Raudraswa was born. Hare Krishna.
two verses together, 2, 4, and 5. Want to read it?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Somebody want to read? Reading? Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Sadanda Prabhu volunteered. Sadanda Prabhu.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Tetyastu tasya kakeshayo te stani letu kratayukaham jaleyu sannetuyusya dharma satya vrateyavaham dasaita sarasa putra vaneshu chavama smrataham Gridasham indriyaneva muktaishva jagat atmanaham. Translation. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rudraswa had 10 sons named Rityu, Kakeshu, Sandilishayu, Kritayuka, Jaleyu, Sanatteyu, Dharmeyu, Satyeyu, Vrateyu, and Vaneyu. Of these 10 sons, Vaneyu was the youngest, as the 10 senses, which are products of this universal life, acts under the control of life. These 10 sons, Rudrasva, acted under Rudrasva's full control. All of them were born of the Apsara named Gardasi. Hare Krishna.
Question number 6.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, chapter 20, sloka number 6. Rutheyoranti navo abhut trayastasmatnyajanrupa sumati dhruvo apratiratah kanvo apratidatmajaha ऋतयोरन्ति नावो अभूत् तस्यात्मजारूपा सुमतिर्ध्रुवो अप्रतिरतः कण्वो अप्रतिरात्मजः. Rute had a son named Rantinava, who had 3 sons named Sumati, Dhruva and Apratiratha. Apratiratha had only one son whose name was Kanva. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Verse 7 also.
Hare Krishna. Shantomari Mataji unmuted for reading. Mataji was in unmute stage for last 5-10 minutes. Okay, may not be.
Hare
Gita Mataji, please read.
നോക്കി വായിക്കാൻ അറിയില്ല, സ്ക്രീൻ നോക്കി വായിക്കാൻ അറിയില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ടാണ്.
Okay, no problem.
Hare Krishna. Verse number 7. Tasya medadidistasmat praskanyadhyadijadayah putro abhut sumaderebhir dushmandas talsudomatah. Tasya medadidistasmat praskanyadhyadijadayah putro abhut sumaderebhir dushmanda talsudomata. Translation. The son of Kanva was Medadidi, whose sons, all Brahmanas, were headed by Prakshana. The son of Rendinava, named Sumadi, had a son named Rebi. Maharaja Dushmanda is well known as the son of Rebi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Next 2 verses to 8 and 9. Okay, I will read verse number 8 and 9 of chapter 20. Dushyanto murgayam yada kanvashramapadam yadaha tatrasinam saprabhaya mandhayantim ramamiva vilokya sadyo mumuhe devamayamiva striyam babhashetam vararoham bhadai kadibair vridaha dushyanto mrgayam yada kanvashrama padam gataha tatrasinam swaprabhaya mandayantim ramamiva vilokya sadyo mumuhe devamayamiva striyam babhashetam vararoham bhadaiha kadipair vridaha. Translation by His Grace, Divine Grace, Abhay Charanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Once, when King Dushmanda went to the forest to hunt and was very much fatigued, he approached the residence of Kanva Muni. There he saw a most beautiful woman who looked exactly like the goddess of fortune and who sat there illuminating the entire ashrama by her effulgence. The king was naturally attracted by her beauty, and therefore he approached her, accompanied by some of his soldiers, and spoke to her. Hare Krishna. We continue, Guruji?
Yes, Prabhuji. Actually, here from verse number 8, actually, we are starting the lineage completed and up to verse number 7. Verse number 8, we are beginning the story of Dushmanta and Shakuntala. So we will see like whatever the introduction proper is written, the story will continue here. How they both got like attracted, engaged, and then what happened. We will see this King Dushmanta from the Riteyu lineage, Riteyu from Dushmanta and between Dushmanta and what is it? Shakuntala. So we will continue now the story from 8 to 22. This is story how they were attracted and finally how the king left her, and then and so it said that it's a Vaishnava son. The introduction we read. Let us see how the story goes. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Go to the next verse.
Hare Krishna. Is any non-repeater want to read?
I will repeat, Prabhu.
Non-repeater for the day? Okay. Yes.
So, Srimad Bhagavatam 9.20.10 Tad darshana pramuditaha sannivritta parishramaha papracha kama santapta prahasan slakshnaya gira. Translation. Seeing the beautiful woman, the king was very much enlivened, and the fatigue of his hunting excursion was relieved. He was, of course, very much attracted because of lusty desires, and thus he inquired from her as follows in a joking mood. Hare Krishna.
Next 11.
11, yeah.
Non-repeater volunteer?
Okay.
Non-repeater. And I will read. No problem. I am free, Prabhu. Till the time call comes, I am free. I can read all. No problem. If no volunteers. 11th verse. Katam kamalapatrakshi kasyasi hridayan game kim sit chikirshidam tatra bhavatya nirjane vane. Katam kamalapatrakshi kasyasi hridayam game kim sit chikirshidam tatra bhavatya nirjane vane. Translation by Divine Grace. Divine Grace ki jai. Oh beautiful lotus-eyed woman, who are you? Whose daughter are you? What purpose do you have in this solitary forest? Why are you staying here? Next verse. Next volunteer. Non-repeater preferred. If not, next volunteer can read. Repeater or non-repeater. Srimad Prabhu, please continue.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. 9.20.12, verse number 12. Vyaktam rajanyatanayam vedmyaham tvam sumadhyame nahi chedaha pauravanama ramade kvachit. Vyaktam rajanyatanayam vedmyaham tvam sumadhyame nahi cheda Pauravanam adharme ramate kvachit. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Abhayacharana Aravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. O most beautiful one, it appears to my mind that you must be the daughter of a Kshatriya. Because I belong to the Puru dynasty, my mind never endeavors to enjoy anything irreligiously. Purport. Maharaja Dushmanta indirectly expressed his desire to marry Shakuntala, for she appeared to his mind to be a daughter of some Kshatriya king. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here we can understand that the king was attracted by Shakuntala, and he's now indirectly expressing his desire to marry Shakuntala. So we'll see next verse what Shakuntala will reply.
Hare Krishna. Generally, we hear about the name as Dushyanta, no?
Yeah, Dushyanta only. I was about to tell.
In Bhagavatam, here is Dushmanda. Okay. And when we are reading about Nala and Damayanti, they told that she is also known as Madayandi. Two names were given. But from childhood and ordinary literature, we are finding it Damayanti, and here Dushyanta is Dushmanda. And another doubt coming in mind is that the Kanna Maharshi, here we are first seeing a king named Kanna. Has this king turned into a Maharshi later? That also to be found out.
Yeah.
Like Shakuntala was brought up by Kanna Maharshi, no? Whether and in this family, before Dushyanta, there was a king, namely Kanna. I think before Rebi, Dusyanta's father. So, scope for research. Those who have time, interest, please do some general search, and we'll tally that with explanation from Parampara or from scholars, knowledgeable people. Then we can come to a conclusion. Hare Krishna. Anyway, I am planning this, but parallelly somebody also can help and plan. Thank you. Next verse.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Mataji, please. Mataji, please read here.
Hare Krishna. Sri Sakundala Uvacha Vishwamitra Majaivaham Tvaktva Menagaya Vane Vedaitat Bhagavan Kanvo Veera Kim Karavamate. Translation and purport. By His Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sakuntala said, I am the daughter of Vishwamitra. My mother, Menaka, left me in the forest. O hero, the most powerful saint, Kanva Muni, knows all about this. Now let me know, how may I serve you? Purport. Shakuntala informed Maharaja Dushmanta that although she never saw or knew her father or mother, Kanva Muni knew everything about her, and she had heard from him that she was the daughter of Vishwamitra and that her mother was Menaka, who had left her in the forest. Right.
So here Sakuntala, she's replying, but we can see how the verse beautifully, how she's how she's expressing herself. Like now let me know, how may I serve you? So that was the protocol, the nice protocol, the way she's expressing in a very soft and pleasing way to the king. I am the daughter of Vishwamitra. My mother, Menaka, left me in the forest. And also she speaks the truth, that they left him in the forest. Oh hero, the king, the most powerful saint, Kanva Muni, knows all about this. Now let me know, how may I serve you? So,
yes, from the Vedic culture, yes.
Yes, that etiquette, we can see, very high level of etiquette is being expressed in this verse. So, Sakuntala informed Maharaj.
And the king is yes, Prabhu, please.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. So Sakuntala informed Maharaj Dushmanta that although she never saw or knew her father or mother, but Kanva Muni knew everything about her. So she never saw or knew her father or mother. It's all because this information she get from her, from Kanva Muni only. Because she is saying that she never saw or knew her father and mother. She had heard from him that she was the daughter of Vishwamitra. That means in that very young age itself, Kanva Muni has taken take care of from her from very young age, before she even knew that who is her father and mother. And we can continue the next verse.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
14th verse.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, the Mataji. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Verse
Please.
number 40. Asyadam hi aravindaksha Grihyadam arhanam cha naha Pujyadam sandini vara Ushyadam yedirojate Asyadam hi aravindaksha Grihyadam arhanam cha na Pujyadam sandini vara Ushyadam yedirojate. Translation. O king with eyes like the petals of a lotus, kindly come, sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer. We have a supply of Nivara rice that you may kindly take, and if you so desire, stay here without hesitation. Hare Krishna.
Here you can see Shakuntala also glorifying the king. O king with eyes like a petals of a lotus. And she is giving a very warm reception. Kindly come and sit down and accept whatever reception we can offer. And she's expressing that whatever that available resources, she can receive him. Nivara rice. Yeah. And if you so desire, stay here without hesitation. So I think we'll continue the next verse. I think 14. I think 15. There is purpose.
No, it is 15. 15. This has purport, Prabhu. 15 has purport.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll wind up, we'll go up to 15.
Hare Krishna.
It's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, 15. Any non-repeater volunteer is there? No. Nobody. Okay, then I will read. Hare Krishna. I will read, Mataji. Thank you. Verse number 15. Shri Dushmanda Uvacha. Shri Dushmanda Uvacha. Upapannam idam subru. Upapannam idam subru. Jataya Kushiganvaye. Jataya Kushiganvaye. Swayam hi prunude Rajna Nam Rajnam. Swayam hi prunude Rajnam Kanyaka Sadrisam Varam. Kanyaka Sadrisam Varam. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Abhayacharna Aravinda, Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. King Dushmanda replied, O Shakuntala, with beautiful eyebrows, you have taken your birth in the family of the great Saint Vishwamitra, and your reception is quite worthy of your family. Aside from this, the daughters of a king generally select their own husbands. Purport. In her reception of Maharaja Dushmanda, Shakuntala clearly said, Your Majesty may stay here and you may accept whatever reception I can offer. Thus she indicated that she wanted Maharaja Dushmanda as her husband. As far as Maharaja Dushmanda was concerned, he desired Shakuntala as his wife from the very beginning as soon as he saw her. So the agreement to unite as husband and wife was natural. To induce Shakuntala to accept the marriage, Maharaja Dushmanda reminded her that as the daughter of a king, she could select her husband in an open assembly. In the history of Aryan civilization, there have been many instances in which famous princesses have selected their husbands in open competitions. For example, it was in such a competition that Sita Devi accepted Lord Ramachandra as her husband and that Draupadi accepted Arjuna. And there are many other instances. So marriage by agreement or by selecting one's own husband in an open competition is allowed. There are 8 kinds of marriages, of which marriage by agreement is called Gandharva marriage. Generally, the parents select the husband or wife for their daughter or son, but Gandharva marriage takes place by personal selection. Still, although marriage by personal selection or by agreement took place in the past, we find no such thing as divorce by agreement. Of course, divorce by disagreement, Hare Krishna, correction, we find no such as divorce by disagreement. Full stop. Of course, divorce by disagreement took place among low-class men, but marriage by agreement was found even in the very highest classes, especially in the royal Kshatriya families. Maharaja Dushmanda's acceptance of Shakuntala as his wife was sanctioned by Vedic culture. How the marriage took place is described in the next verse. Hare Krishna. Thank you all.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you would like to explain something on this? Please.
No, Prabhu, please continue, Prabhu.
Okay. So here we can see how nicely they are, interacting with each other. Dushmanta also understood the way the Shakuntala spoke in the previous verse, that she is also interested in him. And so he is also reciprocating with Shakuntala, that you have taken birth in a family of great Saint Vishwamitra, and reception is quite worthy of your family. Aside from this, he is giving a hint that the daughters of a king generally select their own husband. Means now he is indirectly telling you can also select your own husband now. I am in front of you. You have this full freedom to select. So Prabhupada writes very detailed about the Vedic culture, how the marriages are taking place. Here we can see in a reception of Maharaj Dushmanta, Shakuntala clearly said, "Your Majesty may stay here and you may accept whatever reception I can offer." Thus she indicated that she wanted Maharaj Dushmanta as her husband. So this is an indirect way of proposing by the way she is offering the hospitality. As far as Maharaj Dushmanta was concerned, he also said, like both had now decided to marry each other. So in order to induce Shakuntala to accept the marriage, Maharaj Dushmanta, how he is saying, he's reminded her that as the daughter of a king, she could select her husband in an open assembly. So Prabhupada here refers to the Aryan civilization. Aryan civilization means there are many instances where the princess selected their husbands. The female, they will select the counter male. So example is given is how Mother Sita, she accepted Bhagavan Ramachandra as her husband. And also Draupadi, how she accepted Arjuna as her husband. So these two examples Prabhupada is giving. Also many other instances, but Prabhupada quotes here two examples. So that marriage by agreement or selecting one's own husband in an open competition is allowed. And in Vedic system, Prabhupada writes here 8 kinds of marriage. So we can see like what are the 8 kinds of marriage. I also don't know, like we have to see what are the 8 kinds of marriage. In which marriage by agreement is called as one type of the 8 is called Gandharva marriage. Generally, the parents select the husband or wife for their daughter or son, but Gandharva marriage takes place by personal selection. So we can see that. And one important point, we can see that even though the marriage by personal selection agreement takes place, we find no such things as divorce or disagreement. So either it can be arranged by parents or it can be arranged by the partners themselves. But in either case, there is no case of divorce. Throughout Vedic scripture, we never read any instance or pastime or place where the husband and wife got divorced because of disagreement. There is not one such instance in the whole scriptures. So that usually that came from the Western system, the divorce system. And then slowly it got spread from the Western world to all over the world. So India, it was very strong culture. They may be in disagreement, but they will not go for divorce. They may be a little bit separated internally, but they will never go for a divorce, which was a recent development. Maybe 70, 80 years before these things are introduced to India. Of course, divorce by disagreement took place among the low-class men. Low-class men means Shudras. But marriage by agreement was found even in the very highest class, especially in the royal Kshatriya families. Maharaj Dushmanta acceptance of Shakuntala as his wife was sanctioned by Vedic culture. So how marriage took place is described in the next verse. I think that we can see tomorrow. So anybody knows what are the 8 kinds of Vedic marriages? 8 types of Vedic marriages.
We can attempt, Prabhu. Prabhuji, one is the Swayamvara.
Yes.
That is where the girl selects. Then
Yes.
other one is... Mataji, yes, please continue.
Something like Pradiloma is like a Kshatriya and a Brahmana marriage.
No, that is category, Mataji. That is depending
Category,
upon
yeah,
that
yeah.
also. That category, class of people, like
Yeah.
Kshatriya to Brahmana, Brahmana Kshatriya. This is the process. Process is one is Swayamvara, other one is Rakshasa, kidnapping.
Rakshasa,
Is there?
yes, kidnapping. That actually how
And
Krishna married Rukmini Devi.
kidnapping is
Rukmini Devi.
yes, yes. Krishna,
Like,
Devi, Arjuna, Subhadra. These all are there.
Yes, Arjuna Subhadra. So Rakshasa marriage one, and
And
then what is
and
this marriage which we saw is the
yes,
current one which we saw is
Prabhuji,
Gandharva.
Gandharva marriage.
like category. Gandharva is this. Only the couple know.
Yes.
And Prabhuji, Jagasachi Prabhu, he has told that depending upon the mood of couple, that is, one is Brahmana Kshatriya type. Like Brahmana marriage means they want to live forever, so they match horoscope and they will see the matching and marry, so that they want to live lifelong.
Mm.
And Kshatriya marriage means the girl. No, Kshatriya can die at any time, no, Prabhu. He can die, he can get injured, he may become invalid, he may become handicapped. So that is Kshatriya marriage means the girl is interested to have a child, a Veera Sandadi, a brave child from the husband.
Yeah.
And as Mataji told Anuloma and Pradiloma, if the girl is from higher caste, that is Pradiloma, and the girl is from lower, that is Anuloma. And the one equal one is there, equal category, one name is there. I forgot that.
Okay. I got some reference.
So Gandharva, Asura, Rakshasa, Paishacha. Paishacha is a seduction. That is by force.
Capturing by force.
By force. In Rakshasa, what happened? Generally, girl agrees. Like Mother Rukmini sent invitation. I mean, not invitation. Her what is called her predicament. Informed the state of affairs.
Yeah.
And Prabhuji, here I have one point to say that in the actual, of course, it is called Swayamvara only. But in certain Swayamvaras, the competition is kept to select the boy.
Okay.
But in some Swayamvaras, there is no competition. Like Mother Damayanti and Nala, there was no competition.
Okay.
She like the girl is explained with the qualities of assembled princes, kings, emperors.
Okay.
And by hearing, although she suffered, she is already briefed also by her family and her friends. And again, when from person 1, person 2, person 3, they go around and she get the descriptions, then he selects. So there is no competition in certain cases.
Oh, okay.
And a type of Prabhuji, a type of Prabhupada just mentioned.
Yes.
These eight types are broadly categorized into 2. That is approved marriage, a righteous marriage. That is Prahasta. In the Prahasta, one is Brahma Vivaha, Deva Vivaha, Arsha Vivaha, and Prajapati Vivaha.
Yes, bro.
So Brahma Vivaha means arranged marriage where the father offers his daughter to a learned groom. Deva Vivaha, the father gives his daughter to a priest performing sacrifice. Arsha Vivaha, the groom gives a cow and bull or a pair of cattle to the bride's father.
Yeah.
Prajapati Vivaha, similar to Brahma, but the father formally consents to the union without formal ceremony. This one procedure. So there are various categories.
Yes, bro.
So I think Prabhupada must have, since he told, this Prabhupada, when he is told about 8, he must have thought of this.
Yes.
And this also subcategory further. Now disapproved marriage, non-righteous marriage, that is Aprahasta. One is Gandharva Vivaha. Voluntary union based on mutual love, similar to modern love marriage.
Yes.
Then Asura Vivaha, the groom purchases the bride from her father. Okay, that means on giving some money. Like I think here people they give dowry, boys give dowry, what do you call that? Actually, what they call mahar. But that is for the girl, not for the girl's father.
Yes.
Then Rakshasa Vivaha, the forcible abduction of a woman, often to show cause physical prowess. Forcible abduction. In that case, consent may be there, secret consent may be there. Like in the case of Subhadra Maya and Arjuna and Rukmini Mada and Krishna, there was agreement before.
Yeah.
Then Paishacha Vivaha, the lowest form involving the seduction or forced intercourse with a woman when she is unconscious or helpless. Okay. A type of. I'll post in the group.
Already I posted, Prabhu. I posted in the group. So those who want to refer.
Yes.
I got the
And
reference.
probably in that also, in that, okay, Rakshasa it is there. But
Anything you want to further elaborate on that, you can type it there.
Yes,
maybe
yes.
Some corrections is there.
Yes. No, like what happened, bro? Like Anuloma Pradiloma is not given here. Anuloma Pradiloma and equal. Like about the class of groom and bride is not mentioned here. And also the purpose. Purpose means the mode of couple, like mode of like the girl. As the Prabhu told about Brahmana type and Kshatriya type.
Yeah.
So the 8 broad category of the 8 is this: 2 righteous, one righteous, under that 4, another one non-righteous, under that also 4. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for giving your inputs and understanding. So actually some references shared in the group. Maybe you can go through, and Prabhuji also may add some additional information regarding that, just for information. Okay, so
okay.
Yes.
Are there further questions or any discussions? Otherwise, we can.
As Prabhuji, Lord himself married at least 2 in Swayamvara, no? At least 2 marriages for Swayamvara. Nagnajiti, Satyas, that is defeating 7 bulls at a time.
Yes.
And I think it is Bhadra, where he was to compete like Arjun in Draupadi's marriage, shooting and fish or bird. But it was a tougher one. Tougher one than in the Arjun one's reflection was seen at the bottom in the water. But in this case, it was not. There's a tougher one. Even Arjuna, Bhima, and Karna also tried before Lord for this marry.
Yes, bro.
And
Ram
only Lord.
or Sita Maya Swayamvara.
Prabhuji?
Lord Ramji or Sita Maya.
Yes. Correct. Ramji is also. No, and yes, that we all know. That is very common, no, Mataji. We all aware of that. But Lord Krishna's, maybe many may not be aware. But Lord Krishna's, out of 8 marriages, 8 marriages to his principal queens, at least 2 were like this with the competition. Nagnajidi, that is Satya Mataji, and I think this was Bhadra or Lakshmana, I think Lakshmana. Mother Lakshmana. And Prabhuji, one of Lord's 8 principal queens is Lord's cousin. She expressed her interest. So marriage in cousin is there since that time. Father's sister's daughter or mother's brother's daughter or son. Whatever.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing the detailed explanation. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, we did not come to know about time pass. 15 minutes we took extra. 15 minutes.
Because of the marriage. Because of the marriage.
And Prabhu, because of the marriage, we are entrapped in material.
Hari Krishna. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees. In good numbers today, 14. Hari Bol. So, like to increase every day. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees for joining once again. Please do join tomorrow also. Those who are available. Hare Krishna. So we'll chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Shivada Paruji, Sudarshan Bhasta Paruji, as well as all the devotees who are present today for everybody's spiritual progress. All together.
Prabhu, we forgot to welcome Prabhuji today. For that also we will add this chanting.
No,
Prabhu, familiarity breeds contempt. Prabhu is not just like one among us. Prabhu is our Shiksha Guru since the beginning. Our Shiksha Guru for our Garamandal Yatra. Okay. So for more than around more than 15, 10, 12 years. More than 12 years. 12 years. Hare Krishna. Even more than that. We'll take shelter of holy name. For
Hare
belated welcoming and expression of gratitude.
No,
No
we
problem.
welcome and they
Krishna,
chanted
Hare
for
Krishna,
3 times
Krishna
already by
Krishna.
starting.
I think started. He standard.
Yes,
Yeah,
Prabhu,
Yeah.
yes. Maybe I forgot or I did not hear. Okay,
Ah.
okay. Okay, welcoming Prabhu more than once is Prabhu not what is called problem.